Hari Om. Jai Shri Radhe Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter-3, Summary. Prapanna parijataya totra vetraikapanaye jnanamudraya krishnaya Gita mritaduhe namaha. This chapter of Bhagavad Gita indicates the state of mind of Arjuna, who is caught between his duties as a warrior to fight his own people and at the same time his attachment or love for his relatives. He starts by questioning Supreme Lord Krishna about why he should engage himself in an action which will cause so much destruction to human lives. The gist of the chapter is how Supreme Lord Shri Krishna explains to Arjuna about the duties each individual has towards himself, his family, and most of all to the society. And that is the essence of Karma Yoga. Shri Krishna answers that since ancient times there are two distinct paths for humanity, the path of action for the active and the path of knowledge for the contemplative. Those with many desires have to act, while those with fewer desires need to study and follow Jnana Yoga. Arjuna is an active person and has to do Karma Yoga. Performance of actions free from desire for selfish, fruitive gain and dedicated to Supreme Lord is Karma Yoga. It has been established that activities prescribed in the Vedic scriptures performed without anticipation of rewards are conducive for spiritual development. No one can remain inactive even for a moment. Everyone is driven to action by nature-born qualities. Therefore, one has to perform the allotted duties as action is superior to inaction. Desisting from the action, one cannot even maintain one's body. So, action is fundamental to life. The path of Karma Yoga purifies the mind. This chapter deals with action exclusively. What is action? The different types of actions, the performance of actions according to our abilities and impressions, shaped by our family background, our nature. Action should be performed as worship to the Lord with an attitude of dedication, detachment, service, and surrender, and the result of action received with devotion as prasada. This is Karma Yoga. The quality of action is determined by the attitude behind it, the motivation backing it, and not by the action performed. So, Shri Krishna asks Arjuna to perform niyatam karma, obligatory actions, and to keep away from desire-driven actions, that is kamya karma, and actions prohibited by one's conscience, nishiddha karma. Supreme Lord Shri Krishna emphasizes the importance of yajna, actions dedicated to a higher ideal. When the Creator made the human being, He gave him the unique capacity of sacrifice, yajna, and said, with sacrifice one prospers. And yajna is the fulfiller of all desires. The implication here is that it is impossible to succeed if one does not act in a spirit of service and sacrifice. Yet, in today's world, we are all trying to prosper through the selfish pursuits. He then details three distinct types of people. The lowest category, the tamasika, person who helps himself to the benefits endowed by the society without repaying. Sri Krishna calls such a one a thief. The Rajasika one acts for selfish ends with result is stress and mental agitation. He cooks, says Sri Krishna, but eats sin. The only one who enjoys life as well as evolves to the highest goal of enlightenment is the Sattvika person who works in a spirit of sacrifice for a higher ideal. 11 shlokas, that is 25 to 35, feature the critical steps to right action. The highlight is shloka number 30, which gives the prescription of perfect action. Identify your swadharma, inner calling, core interest. It is difficult to excel if you invest your energies in a field alien to your nature. In the area of your swadharma, fix a goal, an ideal that is beyond your selfish interests. Create energy within by focusing on this goal, surrendering to the ideal, act vigorously towards achievement of the goal. The energy tends to dissipate into unproductive avenues of ego, past worry, hope, future anxiety, and present frenzy. The intellect plucks this wasteful dissipation by concentrating on the present action, not allowing the mind to launder in the dead past or the unborn future. Those who follow this secret of success formula achieve success, happiness, and spiritual evolution. At this point, Arjuna asks, what is it that takes me away from my chosen path and makes me do the things I should not do? Here, Sri Krishna answers, it is desire. It is anger born of the quality of rajas or passion. The enemy is within, yet one wastes his precious time and energy in trying to deal with external forces. Desire comes in 3 shades: sattva, purity; rajas, passion; and tamas, ignorance or darkness. Sri Krishna describes how these 3 kinds of desire shroud Atman, the divine light in you. Thus, this desire is your greatest enemy, the destroyer of knowledge and self-realization, which incites sinful acts. He identifies the senses, indriyas, mind, manas, and intelligence, buddhi, are the repositories of desire. He prescribes the method to conquer it through sense regulation, inspired by spiritual self-knowledge. Knowing the self to be transcendental to the material senses, mind, and intellect, one should control the lower self by the higher self, and thus by spiritual strength conquer this insatiable enemy known as desire. Chapter 3 is the ankles of the Supreme Lord. Movement of feet begins with the ankles. They symbolize movement. It is the beginning of sadhana. We commence walking the path towards our goal. Hari Om. Idi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Karma Yogo Nama Tritiyodhyayaha. Hari Om. Jai Shri Radhe Krishna.